Education ministers from Latin America and the Caribbean recently wrapped up a week-long forum on the progress of the Millennium Development Goal of education for all by 2015. St. Lucia's Education Minister Arson James says the discussions also centered on improving literacy levels and poverty reduction. James says despite St. Lucia's successes in the area of education, these challenges remain relevant to the island.
We have achieved quite a bit because we have universal primary education. We have universal secondary education. Our problem now is to work on our illiteracy rate, because if we can eradicate illiteracy, the nation will be better off.
The education minister says despite strides in universal primary and secondary education, the island continues to struggle to establish its first university. However, he remains optimistic the transformation of Sir Arthur Lewis Community College into a full-fledged university will commence this year.
But we are hoping that we can at least begin to add some degree programs this year, this September, and gradually build on that. Because as you know, we are already offering the B.Ed program, we are offering the associate degrees, and we need to look at that and see whether we can add a few other programs and do it on a gradual basis until we can achieve that kind of status.
Another focus for the Education Ministry, he says, is the continued strengthening of early childhood services. In that regard, he says the Roving Caregivers program has been of significant benefit to the local community in helping parents to understand the importance of early childhood education.
We are trying to regulate the early childhood system, but we want to look how much as a government we can do to ensure that most children obtain an early childhood education. And there is a program now which I highlighted in my budget known as the RCP, Roving Caregivers Program. I think this is a good program, because what that program does, it allows the caregivers to go out into the community, work with the parents and the children, so that they get the children to be able to socialize. They get the parents to understand, to work with their children, help to read with their children. In other words, whilst the children are learning, the parents are also learning. And in this way, we are hoping that they can help to build their character.
The Education Minister says despite the challenges, government remains committed to exploring ways of bringing greater educational opportunities to all St. Lucians. Lovely St. Amy, HTS News, Channel 4.